I Wasn't Supposed to Make It by Kumar Lamani. Chapter 8, No Time for Hesitation. The eternal words of Prodigy, rest in peace, of the hip-hop group Mobb Deep says, no time for hesitation, it only leads to incarceration. Represents the survival instinct in human beings. In fact, it is said by many that the origin of hip-hop is due in part to the politicians' decisions to take the instruments out of the schools. That was in the inner cities. With this being done, the reaction was to human beatbox, rap, and DJ using your parents' living room turntables, amplifiers, speakers, and adding mixes, etc. Without the ability to form a band, you formed a crew, rocked a party, and got paid for it. I give this much emphasis in this book because the origin and evolution of hip-hop from inner city youth to a billion-dollar industry is truly miraculous and making a lot of people prosperous. This was the vibe in the Bronx when I was about 6 years old in 1972. You can feel the hustle spirit of sweet survival in the air. There was a song that we love to this day, whose lyrics say, children playing, women producing, men go to work and some go stealing. Everyone's got to make a living. Due to watching my mother struggle and faint and beg my little sister's father and my father for money, as well as my grandmother for money, I didn't hesitate. I instinctively went over to the corner supermarket and started asking the ladies who had just finished shopping if I could help them carry their bags home. Not one of those ladies ever said no. So I would either walk several blocks or jump in a cab with them and then bring their bags up the stairs to their apartments. They would give me an average of $5, which was big for a 6-year-old in the 70s. Not once did I have to worry about being harmed while working my new hustle. This was the beginning of my entrepreneurial spirit. When I moved out to Teaneck, New Jersey at the age of 9, my friends and I would rake people's leaves and shovel snow from their walkways and driveways. We would also cut people's roses off of their rose bushes, bundle them up, and sell it back to them. They would laugh and give us some money. After a day of shoveling snow, we'd all come home with at least $100 in our pockets. Then, at around the age of 11, we found out that we could work on a municipal truck once a week and pick up bottles and cans from people's homes for recycling. For a few hours, they would pay us $7 and give us all the fountain soda that we could drink, and we were good with that. Okay. Why'd we find out that the man at Carvel's would give you $7 for a carton of Newport or Marlboro cigarettes so that he could resell them? Once our friends flashed that money, we'd start going into the local supermarket and lifting cartons of cigarettes. I know, this is a bad example, but it's the truth. Kids, don't try this at home. Luckily, we didn't get caught. But as I grew older, I learned that you can get in trouble for taking something as small as paper clips home from a job, so it's not worth it. On the more positive side of things, I would go over my grandmother's house every Sunday and clean her mirrors, blinds, carpets, and dust her tables, all for $10. Of course, I'd get candy, cake, soul food, West Indian rice and peas, and ice cream. But most of all, when I finished, or thought I was finished, she would show me how to step back and look at my work and redo some things, and then come back and get her for her approval. And then we'd sit down and talk. She'd instill a lot of good wisdom into me. More on that later. I guess people saw the hustle in me, and like my grandmother Sugar Pie would say, boy, you keep a job, as she would laugh. I guess when that survival instinct kicks in, combined with the love for your mother, it gives you a lion heart. The lesson: if you're hungry for success, where there's a will, there's a way. There are no excuses. If you're at the bottom, that means you don't have anything to lose. There's only one way to go, and that's up. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Dream, visualize. Visualize your goal and start working on creating your reality. In the next chapter, I will emphasize the secret ingredient.